Hi, this is Michael, and this is my review of the Neewer NW3D2 detachable wired control gimbal. It's a 3-axis handheld gimbal for smartphones and action cameras such as the GoPro. It does come with a really nice nylon zippered case for storage, and that is really important because otherwise a gimbal is a pretty unwieldy thing to transport. So I really love the fact that they have included a really decent quality nylon case with this. So this is a 3-axis gimbal, of course, and that is giving you the 3 axes of yaw, pitch, and roll. And those are your 3 axes. It has a really nice shaped handle which is very comfortable to hold, and all your control buttons are right up here. This is the power, and then this is the mode selection, and both of these have multi-functions, and then this is a 4-way controller, and I'll show you how this all works in just a few minutes. This is the micro USB connector. And then you also have a GoPro mount. They give you a couple of mounts for smartphones. So right now I have the larger mount on, and that's going to hold my iPhone 6s. But they do give you a smaller mount, and that will just simply allow you to put a smaller smartphone, maybe like an iPhone 5 or something. It's very similar in size, but there is a slight difference. You can see it's a little bit smaller. Then they also do give you the GoPro mount. And you get a few other accessories. This is just simply a strap for the carry case. This is the remote control, the wired remote control. Now this is really cool because you can attach the gimbal to one of these sides, and then the other side will attach to the control handle. And basically you can have your gimbal mounted on a tripod, and you can be a couple of feet away from it controlling it using this wired remote. So that's pretty handy in a lot of situations. Give you a battery charger for the lithium-ion cells, and they also give you a charging cable, and they give you a couple of miscellaneous hex wrenches just so you can make fine adjustments if necessary to the gimbal assembly. They also give you 4 batteries. These are the smaller cells. I forget the number of what the model number is of these, but let's see, they are 18350 as opposed to the 18650 cells. You can use either. You can't mix them though. So if you're just using the gimbal as it is right now, that's either going to take 2 of the smaller batteries, or it will take one 18650 cell. So I can just easily swap that out with a 18650 cell, and I will be good to go. However, they do give you an extension tube, and if you put the extension tube on, then that's going to give you a longer operating time, and that extension tube will work with 2 18650 cells. However, having said that, there is a dirty little secret in the 18650 cell world, and that is they don't have consistent sizing. So if I put these 2 batteries, you can see the height difference of the white cell, and that height difference is significant enough that if I attempt to use 2 of those, I can't get the cap on. It's just no way. So you just have to be aware of that. These cells I cannot use. I can use one of them in this if I take the extension tube off, but I cannot use 2 of the cells. So something to just be aware of. So I'm going to put the smaller cells back in, and we'll do the rest of my review. Now a nice thing here is this does have a tripod mount on the bottom of it, so you can mount this whole gimbal assembly on a tripod, and that comes in really handy in a lot of situations. But like I said, you can remove the gimbal from the handle, that simple, and then you can use this wired remote if you want to put the thing on a different mount of some sort and operate it using the wired remote. So that's how easy that is. Now, a little bit tricky to balance this, and they do give you some counterbalance weights here. I had to use this large one with my iPhone 6s. However, depending on your phone and how much it weighs, They give you a smaller weight, so one or the other you'll probably have to use, and then your phone just gets put in. I like the fact that I don't have to take the case off my phone, so it works just with my case on it. Then you have to go through a balancing procedure, and basically you have to hold it by the gimbal like this and balance it in the one direction, and then you hold it up like this and you have to balance it so that it basically is straight like this. Once you get it all balanced, you just sort of have to remember how much space you have to maintain here for that balance to be in effect the next time you put your phone in there. And then to turn the whole thing on, you press and hold this for a couple of seconds. That turns it on, and then once both lights have been blinking there, then you push this for a couple of seconds, 2 seconds I believe, and then you can see the gimbal is now activated. The LED is going to indicate the status of your batteries. So right now it's blinking twice, so my battery is only about half full at this point. And this mode over here, you can press it once to get into a different mode, or you can double press it quickly to get into the second mode, and you can press it 3 times to get into the third mode, and the color is indicate what mode you're in. A single press always returns you to the default mode. And you can use the 4-way controller to manually control the gimbal, so you can adjust your pitch and yaw. One of the really cool modes of this gimbal is the 360-degree panorama mode. By pressing the power button 3 times quickly, it'll get into the set position, and then when you're ready to start the pano, you push the power button 1 more time, and you can see it doing a slow 360-degree pano. You cannot change the pano speed, however. It is what it is, but just the fact that you can get a full, smooth 360-degree pano is really great. And when it's all done, it comes back to the middle position, neutral position. It also will go into portrait mode by a double press. So now you can have a portrait mode for your gimbal. And you can see it's maintaining the position. And then to get back into the normal mode, a double press of the button gets you back into the normal mode. The gimbal has 3 different modes, and you access those modes by pressing the mode button. So right now it's in the normal mode, and it is not going to be following my motion at all. It's just going to keep that camera nice and steady, pointing straight ahead. To get into a Yaw Follow Mode, I double press the button. You see the LED changes color, and now when I turn, the camera does a slow pan to follow my movement. But only in the yaw. If I change the pitch, it's maintaining a level position. However, a triple press of the button, see it changes color again to blue. Now this is going to be pitch follow and yaw follow. And then to get back into the normal mode, just a single press of the mode button will maintain the, get you back into the normal mode. It also has a really cool pano feature, a 360-degree pano. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to press the power button 3 times quickly, and the camera goes into the position to begin the pano, and after a few seconds it'll automatically do a full 360-degree pan. It is not possible to change the speed of the pan to the best of my knowledge, however. And it'll also do a 180-degree pan, but that pan occurs at a faster rate of speed, and I'm not really sure why that is. I'm going to try to contact the company and find out what the logic there was, and whether there is any possibility of changing the speed of that. Here you can see I have the gimbal mounted on a tripod, and I am holding the controller in my other hand. And so I have a wired connection to the gimbal, but it frees me up to do some creative things using the 360-degree panel, for instance. But you could just as easily have the gimbal mounted to a selfie stick, for instance, and use it in conjunction with the handheld. So you can really get creative by using this wired controller. Alright, this is an example of the 360 Panorama Mode, and it requires a triple press of the power button, which I'm pressing right now. And then a single press of the power button brings it back to the starting position, or the neutral position I should say. And a single press will do a 180-degree rotation. Back to the neutral position. Overall, I thought the Neewer gimbal was pretty cool. It seemed to have some subtle jerkiness to it. It wasn't absolutely, completely, totally smooth, but overall, I was pretty pleased with it. I love the 360-degree pano mode, and I also thought that the 180-degree rotation was a really handy feature to build into it, especially if you just wanted to quickly change orientation. If you were on a skateboard or something, pointing the camera in front of you, and then you quickly wanted to get that camera to point to your face so you could talk, that 180-degree mode is really handy for that. Performance was great, the battery life was quite good, and I love the case that it comes with. One big warning though, the original battery charger, which I'm told they will be changing eventually, the original charger does not have reverse polarity protection in case you put the batteries in backwards, so be careful with that. So that's about it. If you have any questions, leave me a comment. I'll try to answer it if I can. Otherwise, thanks for watching and have a great day.